Good morning. Thanks for waking up with me this morning. These are your morning headlines for November 1st, 2024, here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Austin Pace. Karla LaOrange is the Idaho Falls School District Superintendent. She has been hard at work this school year to ensure the happiness and success of students and teachers within the district. Former BYU-Idaho faculty member Karla LaOrange is now the superintendent for Idaho Falls School District 91. This is her first year as the school district superintendent, but LaOrange is no stranger to the education business, as she has worked with students since the 1980s and has loved every second of it.
But really, it's because educators change lives. It just fits right in with everything that I believe, and it's where I can go and help other people reach their potential and become more than they really thought possible. And that is so rewarding to me.
Now, as the superintendent of the Idaho Falls School District, she is using what she has learned in her years of education experience, especially as a faculty member at BYU-Idaho, to better fulfill her duties within the district.
I think that that's where my time at BYU-Idaho was particularly helpful. Coming back to a school district, I really understand and see some of the challenges that teachers face in trying to teach different students with different learning needs. I understand the challenges of teaching and the pressures that come with teaching. And I think that that's helped me have more of an educator's view.
With that educator's view, LaOrange is determined to create an environment that boosts the teacher retention rate in the district, as the Gem State has struggled with the teacher retention rate in the past.
Teaching is a very demanding and stressful job. Teachers are observed and by parents and community members, and we want them to know that we're there to support and help them in their teaching, but that we also care about them as a person. And so we're trying to make sure that we address their needs as an educator, also as a person.
As the school year continues, Superintendent LaOrange works to improve students' education and keep staff and students happy and successful. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace. Dallas Jenkins, creator of The Chosen, recently stood before a capacity audience at Brigham Young University.
But thank you for welcoming me here. It really does mean a lot. So most of you here are students. And I love talking to students because about 25 to 30 years ago, I was actually sitting in your seat. And I would listen to a weekly or even daily speaker at the college that I went to. And I wish that I had heard what I want to talk about this morning, and that's failure.
On Tuesday, he shared a powerful message about embracing failure and trusting God's plan.
Because God's not the author of failure. That's what we've been told our whole lives. And I failed. And so this calling that I thought was so clear over the last couple of years, so many things had happened, whether it was impressions from the Lord or whether it was doors being closed and then opened that were made it so clear that I was doing what God wanted me to do. And then the movie bombed. So what does that make you do? Well, it makes you question, I guess I wasn't hearing from God. That couldn't have been God. I guess that was me. I guess I was wrong. I misread the tea leaves, and maybe I'm not meant for this.
Reflecting on his own struggles, he recounted the disappointment of his 2017 film, The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, which failed to meet expectations at the box office. Jenkins recounted the moment when a friend reminded him of the biblical story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. The friend helped him to understand that it isn't his job to feed the 5,000, it's only to provide loaves and fish. Jenkins also spoke about an experience he had filming a short film, which led to the idea of The Chosen.
The idea for The Chosen came up. And I thought, you know what, in 20 minutes in this short film about the birth of Christ, I feel like I'm learning more and engaged more in this story than I ever have. And even just by telling it, I feel like it's coming alive to me more than ever. I thought, man, that'd be interesting. There's been movies and miniseries about Jesus, but there's never been a multi-season show where you can take this time. And instead of going from miracle to miracle, Bible verse to Bible verse, and never really connecting with the people who were touched by Jesus and seeing Jesus through their eyes, it just becomes kind of a reenactment.
To watch the full address, go to byutv.org. Idaho Governor Brad Little signed an executive order yesterday dubbed the Phone-Free Learning Act. The order calls on Idaho education leaders to restrict cell phones in schools by the end of the school year. Those that do, according to IdahoEdNews.org, will receive a one-time $5,000 grant. He partnered with State Superintendent Debbie Critchfield on the order. When kids are more concerned about what's happening on their cell phones than what they're learning in class, we need to respond, Little said in a press release. Cell phones and social media in particular present negative effects on young Idahoans' mental health and learning environments. Critchfield says restricting cell phones will help students shift their complete focus and attention to their studies at school. Thoughtful policies implemented well will support parents, schools, and communities in setting their students up for academic success, said Critchfield in the press release. In order to receive one of the $5,000 grants, school districts and charters must adopt the policy by the end of the school year that adheres to the state guidelines found at the Idaho Department of Education's website, sde.idaho.gov. Thanks for making us part of your morning routine. These have been your morning headlines for November 1st, 2024. We've got more great content for you anytime you want it. Just search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast app. You can also ask your smart speaker to play KBYI 94.3 FM. We're also online. Head on over to byui.edu/radio to listen there. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace.